Alam mo ba na ang pag-improve ng product o service ay pwedeng ikasira ng negosyo mo? In this video, you're going to discover how to find the real bottleneck, ang nag-iisang problema na pumibigil sa paglaki ng negosyo mo para hindi ka na nagtatapon ng pera sa marketing na hindi naman nagiging benta. I'm Fibo Lim and I run a marketing firm that has generated over 13 billion in client sales over the last decade. Ngayon, I'm going to share a raw behind-the-scenes recording of a strategy session with one of our clients, a physical therapy clinic. Dito i-reveal ko kung paano namin nahanap ang hidden leak sa kanilang operation. At ipapakita ko sa iyo kung bakit kahit tumaas ang bookings mo mula sa ads, pwedeng tumatagas pa rin ang pera mo dahil hindi marunong mag-close ang team mo. Watch this. I wanna explain this through an analogy. So I learned this from a friend of mine, and what happened kasi was years ago we had like challenges in the business, and it's like the same thing na parang we had like a lot of ideas. Like everybody had a lot of ideas. So parang okay, what are we gonna do? Okay. And my friend who worked in a parang mango manufacturing shared this analogy. And since then, I treated business differently. Okay. So what's this? So assuming, let's say we have a mango manufacturing, and let's say na, dried mango. So ibig sabihin, turning normal mango into dried mango, right? So if you notice, it goes through a process, right? So una is they have to source the mangoes. And then they have to wash the mangoes. And then they have to slice the mangoes. And then they have to ano ba?
Dry
the mango. Okay. And then sabihin natin pack diretso na, okay, para okay. So this is the process that the dried mango goes through, no? So now let's assume na we can source 500 mangoes a day. We can wash 300 mangoes a day. We can slice 400. We can dry 700. Okay, and then we can pack 1,000 mangoes. Okay, a day. The question is, how many mangoes can we produce in a day? Okay, tingin nyo.
500 lang.
Mira,
Yeah.
500 lang.
Actually, tricky question, no? Kailangan malaman
Sige, drop your answers in the chat.
ano yung mga capacity nga ng mga to eh. Di naman pwedeng
Iba-iba sila ng capacity eh.
Oh,
Pero
di naman tayo
manggagaling
pwedeng
lahat sa
malimit lang sa
source.
source eh.
Okay.
Na 500 lang. So, walang hirap. Ang daming variables.
Sige. Guess your, type it in the chat. How
Sige
many
nga.
mangoes can we produce in a day?
$1,000 na ako, Pax.
Okay. Si Zoom user, pwede paki-change ng name.
Tinay ba yun? Siya may-ari ng Zoom.
Sige. Naila, ayan na Mira. Ano yung sagot nyo? Okay.
Teka lang.
Sige, compute mo.
Kasi pag in-slice yung mango, dadaki.
This is
Yun na yun.
assuming lang na nabuo yung mango. Okay? This is assuming nabuo yung mango lahat.
Okay.
Sige. So, why is this important? This is important, it's because sa business, there's a problem and there is a solution. Okay? So, question. Obviously, if we solve the wrong problem and the wrong solution, it does not move the business. Correct?
Okay.
Hindi ko ma-copy-paste. Pero, what if we solve the right problem, but the solution is wrong? Do you move the business? No, then.
Hindi rin.
Okay? If you solve the wrong problem, but the right solution, do you move the business?
Yeah. Hindi rin.
Tingin nyo.
Hindi rin. Hindi,
Hindi
kasi
rin,
walang
kasi
problema dun eh.
Oo.
mali yung problema mo sinolve eh.
Yeah.
Parang
Oo.
tama yung solution mo, pero mali yung problema.
Tampaw lang
So the
yun.
only way to move the business is if you solve the right problem and the right solution. So
Yeah.
just imagine how difficult that is because you can be, pwede kang hataw araw-araw, pwede kang busy ka, pero possible busy ka sa tatlo, pero you don't move the business at all. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So the only way to move the business is to solve the right problem and have the right solution, which is quite, oopsies. Naglit lang Hold on. Inform ako ni Jam na nasa meeting ako. Okay, where were we? So, yun, no? So, why is this important? Because, again, we can have a lot of ideas and which is good. That's why I'm discussing this para we can find what's the right problem and the right solution. Okay? So, ngayon, balik tayo dito sa, sa analogy. Let's say, we have 500 mangoes. Okay? And then, but this step can only wash 300. Okay? So, how many mango, if 500 mangoes yung ma-source natin, capacity, pero 300 lang yung kaya natin ma-wash sa isang araw, ilan yung kaya natin ma-wash sa isang araw?
300 lang.
300.
300. Okay. Now, let's move on to slicing. 400 yung kaya. Pero kasi yung
300
na-wash,
pa rin.
300 lang. Ilan
Yeah.
yung kaya natin ma-slice?
300 pa rin.
300 lang.
Ilan yung kaya natin ma-dry?
300 pa rin.
300 lang. Ilan kaya natin pa? 300 lang.
300.
So, ang point nito is, yung bottleneck of the business is this one. Right? The washing. So, kasi no matter, okay, here's my question. So, the answer is 300 yung kaya ma-produce. Okay, so, ito yung question ko. Let's say we improve the business and then we made the 400, 800. How many mangoes can we produce?
300 pa din.
300 pa din.
Still 300. So technically, yung in-effort natin na pag-improve sa business did not move the business. Kasi we can still produce just 300.
Yeah.
Assuming we improve this, magiging 1,000, how many can we produce?
300 pa din.
300 pa rin. So this is the theory of the constraint. Ibig sabihin, the business will only grow up to the limit. Okay? So the only way that this grows is if we improve this from 300, let's say, nagiging
1,000.
nagiging 1,000 to. Okay? So here's my question. How many mangoes can we produce now?
1,000.
700.
Oo, 700.
700.
Okay. So 700 because that's now the new limit.
Bottleneck. Yeah.
Are you getting this? So when you solve a limit, it creates a new limit. Right? So ngayon, let's say itong 700, inayos natin, yung 700 nagiging 1,000 na. How many
Ayan
mangoes
na.
can we produce in a day?
800.
800. So this becomes the new limit. So business is like that. Every time we fix a new limit, there's another thing that's a new limit. So now, since the objective is to grow the business, the first thing we have to do is, okay, what is the limit right now? Because when we fix that, it unlocks the business. Because if we just improve everything, if you notice, kahit improve mo to, hindi naman nasasayang talaga, pero walang nangyayari. Kasi may limit eh. Right? So yun. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I explained this para to give us an idea, to identify, okay, what's the limit of the business? Because if we're solving the wrong limit, parang it's kind of like having, we have the right solution, but it's the wrong problem. So like, it didn't move anything. Ako, I can't also say what's the limit of the business yet kasi I have to see all the numbers throughout, no? Pero let's just decide on one for now. Just to give you a perspective, it's basically, ito lang yung business model, no? So we run ads, they convert into consults, and they convert into a treatment, and babalik sila for maintenance. Right? So that's basically the entire model. So it's just, where out of this, parang ganun, no? So, sige, let's just choose one. Let's say conversion. So, the good thing about this is I have parang experience. I've been handling sales teams. Kasi technically, they're kind of like a sales team, right? So, to give you an idea, I have a friend kasi na his expertise is training restaurants, no? So, ginawa niya is, I forgot the term, pero he didn't call waiters as waiters. Parang he created a new word, a new name for the waiters. I don't know, I forgot talaga the term. Kasi sabi niya, pag tatawagin ko siya ng waiter, yung trabaho niya order taker. Pero, in my business, he's not an order taker. His job is to sell the food. So, ngayon, yung nagiging success metrics ng waiter dapat is average order value, check size. Ibig sabihin, ilan yung table yung na-accommodate mo, how much yung total sales na generate mo per table. Kasi trabaho mo mag-offer eh. Sir, would you want dessert? How about, dalawang steak, sir? Rather than, like, anong gusto mo? Okay, sige, bye-bye. Right? So, having that clarity na ano yung trabaho talaga nila and ano yung success metric nila, it starts there. No? So if I may share, here is how I would, if the concern is conversion, here's what we did for sales teams. Okay? So una is identifying, okay, what's the success metric or the KPI. So what do I mean? Sa sales team kasi, pwede kasing success metric is closing rate. Ibig sabihin, ilan yung nakausap mo, ilang na-consult mo, ilan nag-convert. Pwede din success metric is cash collected. Okay? Ibig sabihin, okay lang sa akin, hindi natin itatrack yung ilan na-close mo, itatrack natin ilang na-collect mo na cash every month. So, cash collected. Parang ganun, no? First is having clarity on this one. Aware ba? First is na may naset ba tayo na success metric for PTs? Aware ba? And if not, then that's the reason why they can't close because they don't even know like how do they measure their own success. Now, it can be pwede naman 2, yung maximum 3, pinaka-max na yan. Ideally 1, like 1 to 3 is this, 1 is best, 2 is good, 3 is max, okay, na success metrics. What do I mean? Pwede kasi ang success metric nila closing rate, pero at the same time, may success metric din sila in terms of the progress ng patient. Something like that. So, at least merong conversion, then merong success metric sila for retention kasi bumabalik yung patient. Something like that, no? Second is reward and penalty. Okay? So, what does this mean? So, ngayon, once may metric tayo na set, for example, the benchmark is 20% closing rate. Example na lang. No? Okay, what is the reward for the people above 20%? What is the penalty for the people below 20%? So, this is where yung initial plan natin, Jello and Ma'am Niles, na like having a career path, leaderboards, things like that. These are ways to reward. Pag ibig sabihin reward, hindi naman kailangan financial. The best reward is significance. Like, if there's a leaderboard of the top PTs, and then they see their name there, that's already a reward, right? Parang ganun. For penalty is, yun, parang, let's say, okay, dahil mababa yung closing rate mo, we give you less clients. That's already a penalty. Okay? Or, yun, dadaan sa PIP. Something like that. And lastly is culture. Culture. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Yes, there are a lot of ways to improve the conversion rate. Pero based on my experience, by far, the best way to improve conversion rate is conviction. Belief ng PT. Okay? Kasi, why? I have tried giving, so nangyari kasi is this, we were selling a franchise brokerage back then, franchise brokerage back then, and then there's this old salesperson who's been with us for a year and parang siguro napagod siya, kaka-say the same thing over and over again. Ngayon, there's this new sales closer who's not trained, who just says the same thing. Not trained, hindi pa marunong mag-objection handling and all of that. But they close better. So ito shocking to us kasi how come etong new person close better than this old person na parang hindi pa niya alam lahat. It's because kakarating niya lang sa company, puro excited siya, kumbaga puro positive yung nakita niya. So technically the conviction is up. Parang ganito, if you recommend someone to go to a movie, you don't need a script. Sasabihin mo lang na, uy, Jello, napanood mo na ba yung, isa po na lang, no? Napanood mo din yung Star Wars? Naku, kailangan mo panoorin, promise, ang ganda. Diba? I mean, hindi mo kailangan ng scripting, yung kailangan mo is yung pag-deliver sa, paano mo siya sinasabi. Right? So, this is where culture comes in. Because ito yung nagpapataas ng conviction ng mga PT. Yun nagpapataas ng conviction ng mga PT. And this is the reason why yung mga network marketing company, MLM company, may power sila. Kasi yun yung nagpapataas ng conviction sa kanila. Okay? So, paano ba nag-work for this? Ngayon, hindi naman tayo kailangan mag-power. Pero parang ganun siya. How? Through the success stories of Okay. How do we do this? Ang nangyayari kasi, sa amin, well, sa kanila, alam nila yung success story. Pero nangyayari kasi sa amin was, the sales team is one department and then the client success is one department. So nangyayari, ito taga-benta, ito taga-fulfill. The problem here is, when there's a success story here, the sales team doesn't know. So all we did was every week, the sales team and the client success meets in one meeting, and then the client success reports to the sales team all the success of the people that they closed. For this, since connected naman sila, ang point ko lang here is, probably they can meet like once a week, and I don't know, hindi mo kailangang meeting, pero they have to report, for example, may napagaling ako, from stroke, gumaling siya. Yung nakakaalam, yung isang branch lang. Na-report mo ba yan sa lahat ng 42 branches? Pero just imagine if every day, or kahit actually nga, I remember sa, we had a supplement business, no, resell. Hindi naman kami nag-meeting for that. Pero ang nangyayari, the customer support, may GC kami, and trabaho lang sa GC na yun is magre-report lang lahat ng mga gumaling. Yun lang. So, just imagine, tataas yung conviction ng mga PTs kasi, oh grabe no, napagaling nila. So ngayon, another success metric nito is, ilang tao yung napagaling mo. Ibang leaderboard naman yun. Oh grabe, dami mo nang napagaling. So, that is my suggestion if the goal is to increase conversion rate. Clarity, what's their success metric, closing rate, cash collected, how many people yung napagaling nila, things like that. Maximum 3. Reward and penalty, what's gonna happen if they go above the benchmark, what's gonna happen if they go below. And culture, how do we create accountability and culture para ma-reinforce yung behavior. That makes sense. So based on this, what are we gonna do? What do you suggest?